You're never too old to make mistakes. Rookie mistakes at that. Oh man, it's March. Time is flying. Tori and Jonathan, and this is TJ Talks, the podcast. I am gonna come out and say it. I just recorded this whole podcast, and it wasn't even recording. I'm a little bit embarrassed. I was talking for the entire episode. I got to almost the last point, and it dawned on me. I forgot to hit record. Never too old to make rookie mistakes. But you pivot. And also, that brings me to my most important point. If you write it down, you can redo it. That is this week. Writing makes it real. I have been writing down stuff for years. And when I say years, I want to say, as a matter of fact, everybody's been writing for years. Since childhood, preschool, we've been writing. The older we get, we forget to write down the important stuff. Writing makes it real. Helps you focus. Last week, I had a whole bunch going on and flying around in my head. 2 days ago, when this goes live, 2 days ago, I was writing. I had a whole bunch in my head and I started writing again. It had been a while since I've written out my ideas. In that day, during that session, I wrote out this podcast. I wrote out a full music video treatment for my friend. I wrote out a documentary plan for myself with the details and the stuff I'm going to dive into with it. And I wrote the ending first. That's how I like to do my documentaries, especially when I'm doing myself. Write the ending first and then get there. Same with the music video. Write the ending first, then get there. But writing makes it real. It helps you focus your ideas. The moment I got those ideas out of my head, it felt like I could breathe. It had been a while since I'd read or finished any of my books. The moment I got all that out of my head, I finally finished the book I'd been reading since last summer. Clearing your mental space is great. The moment you get all that stuff out of your head, saying it's helpful, putting it somewhere is helpful. Writing is probably the easiest way because the moment it's written, you can then build on it. For instance, visually see what's been in your mind. My production company was a blurb I had written in my sketchbook in high school. It was right around high school I started writing in my sketchbooks more so than drawing. Should have been a cue back in high school. But I wrote out in my sketchbook, MD Nights. Then I said, hang on, that's too broad. Fortnights. The Fortnights originally was my music production company. Now that is my production company, but we're mostly visual. The Fortnights, TFN Visuals. And this was long before Fortnite, the video game, should have copyrighted the Fortnights, but I doubt you can copyright an actual saying, because when I first did it, the Fortnights was a play on live in Fort Washington, got most of my work done at night. That was a double entendre at the time. And I didn't even realize it when I Googled Fortnite one time that a fortnight is a span of 14 days. I got most of my work done before or within 14 days. My longest turnaround has been 2 weeks. So it was the perfect double entendre for my title, especially the title of a production company. A 2-week turnaround is immaculate for a lot of projects, especially big ones. I can knock that out. I ran with that based off an idea I had in high school. And I recycled it because then it was originally a music production company. But then now it's my full-on production company. Writing makes it real. While I was sitting in art class, writing in my sketchbook instead of drawing. I'm convinced it was something about the lack of lines that drew me in. But refocusing. Visually seeing what's been in your head. I've done a whole lot of thinking recently, and there's the whole bunch of stuff up here. I told y'all about how it was clogging me from reading and whatnot. Once I got it all out, I felt lighter. The moment all those ideas were out, I felt mentally and physically lighter for some reason. If you know what that was, tell me. I'm open to it. I'd be down in learning for that purpose. But the most important and the last thing I got on my list is writing down the ideas that are sitting in your head can make planning and executing easier. I have always been big on taking and tending to your circle. Once you find you a circle that helps build you up and you trust them with your creative properties, in a sense, your essence or your well-being. Once you've got that circle, writing it down makes it easier to share, because sitting there splitting out and word vomiting out your ideas to people, you're just going to get a yeah, okay, I think I know what you're talking about. Once you write it down, it makes getting from okay to wait, I can help you with that. Writing it down makes that a whole lot easier to convey messages. Even if it's chicken scratch, you can convey it a whole lot better once it's written than word vomiting onto your friends. Or at least that's what I've learned over my good 29 years of living. Oh my goodness. I had so much more, but it wasn't even recording. Rookie mistakes. Matter of fact, writing it down can help you make better processes. I should have added that on there too. Matter of fact, I can talk about it. I got a little bit of time. I got 2 minutes. Writing it down is the best way for making better processes and checklists. For instance, real life story. I shot this podcast before even recording it because I forgot to check rule number 1, step number 1. Are you recording? I should have written down the list by now. This is episode 18. I know what I'm doing in front of this camera. I know what I'm doing behind this mic. I know that you always check that you're rolling. I've learned that from years ago. Make sure you're rolling. And if you have aids, make sure those aids tell you you are rolling. Rookie mistakes. But you live and you learn. And I'm all about learning. Tori and Jonathan, I like to help people tell their stories. And I like to tell a few of mine too. And this is TJ Talks, the podcast. I hope you learn from my mistakes. I hope y'all start writing down your own ideas. And matter of fact, just word vomit on the paper one day. It's cathartic. Later.